All right, guys, here we go. This is it against Taiwan Power. We should be able to clinch the league today. If we beat them, then we've got the league clinched, and then it's pretty easy. We can just focus on the cup, and that's all that matters. The cup, of course, there is no Taiwan domestic cup. We're talking about the AFC Cup. A win here would give us a lead of, 15 points with 4 matches remaining. I think actually even a draw here probably will see us clinch the league today. So I really, really think that this is probably going to happen. But we'll see what happens. We do have a rotated side again out there. Some like Menagong are back in the side again because we were worried about their dislike of big matches and that hurting us in the big match, this AFC Cup match. Feng Xiaoqi is back in there as well, and he hasn't played very much this season. He's actually kind of on his way off and out of the team, but he remains very influential. That's the thing. We don't want to destroy the chemistry in the clubhouse. Here's Ndaye with the ball, bringing it up forward to Nene and on to Liu Yuting. Liu Yuting back to Ndaye, and there's a header, and Xu Yuehan, their goaltender, is in the right place at the right time, able to pluck that one out of the sky. And so that attack ends up going for naught. And now we need to get this ball back, and this is a problem. This is a problem, and there it is, a goal for Taiwan Power. So they get their home goal here, and that's a problem. We have Leibo Lun in goal. I thought that I would be kind to him and allow him to go back into goal and show me what he can do. I don't know if we want to blame him or if we want to blame our defense. One of the problems that we have here, as you can see, is that we have Zhou Hongyi out there, and Zhou Hongyi really does not belong in this team. Probably when the next transfer window opens up, we're just going to release him. Because he hasn't played all that well this season. It's not been like last season was, and it's about time for us to start looking towards younger players and seeing what we can figure out. That was a pretty poor attempt again to have a forward-looking attack, and this is going to be an interesting halftime talk. Zhou Hongyi is a man in front of him again. So, I mean, I know that when we look at the numbers, I think that it was Kader Bamba who got in trouble. Is he on the pitch? Somebody like that got in trouble for letting that goal in, but really I think that it's Zhou Hongyi who had the bad performance. And there's Ndaye trying to score from the side, and that is knocked down there by, I think, a defender for Taiwan Power. Menagong comes up here again with a corner, looking for Zhou Hongyi. It's knocked away, so it'll be another corner for us. Here we are. We're about a couple of minutes into this match, about 20 minutes into the match itself. And that's back to Menagong, and he's not offside, I suppose. It's kind of odd that that's not called. Usually you'll see that called, and that is the end of our attack. So we are still behind the 8 ball a little bit here, losing 1-0. I mean, we're going to win the league pretty much no matter what, but it would be really nice to just win it today and have it done with so we don't have to keep thinking about it. Here's Menagong with the throw over to Ndaye, back to Menagong. He lumps that forward, looking for Nene is who he finds, and he heads that one in for the goal. So we have equalized here, 1-1. And that's a little bit more like it. Nene always good to offer us some positive offense. I tell you, after Tsai Shangwei was injured, though, our offense just has not quite been the same. We need to get him back. Nene kind of stole that one away from Huang Guanda, who put his fist in the air anyway. I don't know if he did it out of anger or out of excitement. Tsai Yuting back to Feng Xiaoqi, over to Xu Shengjie. Xu Shengjie up to Ndaye, on to Huang Guanda. Huang Guanda passes this back over to Nene Feng Xiaoqi, over to Xu Shengjie, and he scores. That's his first of the season. So Xu Shengjie finally gets his first goal. He actually is the one, I keep getting it wrong. Xu Shengjie is actually the one who was a major, and let's see if I can get this shaking to stop. Xu Shengjie was the one who was sort of like an unknown, kind of like a kid out on the youth team, and we had no idea what we had in him. And now that we've kind of given him a chance, he's shown us what he's made of and what he's able to do. Apologies again for the shaking here in the video. I'm not really sure what it is that's causing this, but we've had a lot of problems with this recently. I'm not quite sure why. We're able to win this in midfield, though. Over to Nene, back to Ndaye, on to Liu Yuting. Up to Menagong, and here he comes, and here we go again. Menagong on, looking for Nene, can't quite find him. Liu Chunjie now with the ball, over to Menagong to Liu Yuting, and his attempt at goal is knocked out and away, so that one also ends up being a whole bunch of nothing. We have to play on defense now, and fortunately we are not conceding a goal, at least in that particular circumstance. So 2-1 it remains in favor of Mars FC. Feng Xiaoqi over to Nene. Nene back up, and it's as far back as Ndai over to Menegong. Liu Yuting almost gets ahead onto that one, and unfortunately is not quite able to in the end. So this remains with Taiwan Power, and all they do then is they just knock it straight back over to us. So we'll have another attack here. About 35 minutes into this match, here's Menegong. Looks like we're finally starting to take control, and Nene with a shot on goal, an attempt, and that is knocked away at the last minute. And so it will be Menegong here with the corner. He steps back and goes forward and fires for looking for Tsai Yuting, and that is headed away for a throw, and so much for that. Meanwhile, while we've been broadcasting this for you, I've been doing everything I can to try to close anything that I think is preventing the game from running smoothly, and it seems to still be having some problems. So I don't know, again, what causes this, other than the fact that I don't have a better computer than I currently do. Nene knocks this forward, looking for Liu Yuting, can't quite find him. Xu Shengjie is going to do it again from the opposite side. Instead, he passes back to Ndaye, who just runs up and takes a shot. And Ndaye has done a lot of that. I don't think I've seen him score a single one of those. It would be nice if he would not do that. It would be nice if he would play a team game for a change, but so it is. And we have finally reached halftime. We're about, 7 minutes into this video, so this one is definitely a longer match. I do think that we can do something to take it to the next level here, so let's see what we can do. It's with Feng Xiaoqi now over to Xu Shengjie. Xu Shengjie over to Feng Xiaoqi again. And Feng Xiaoqi back to Xu Shengjie, over to Tsai Yuting. So we're just going to keep it there on the left side. Now we work it towards the middle. Zhou Hongyi up to Huang Guanda. And that's not much of a cross, is it? That's sort of popped up for Nene. I mean, I like his heading ability, but we probably should do a better job with the cross than that. Menegong's going to have to come out. We're trying to get as much as we can out of him. I don't know why he keeps showing up as tired, because he hasn't been playing that much. Ndaye with this over to Liu Yuting, on to Menegong, and there it is forward for Huang Guanda, actually, as Nene was knocked over. Is he offside? No, he's not. So that makes it 3-1 for Mars FC. I think about 60 minutes around that mark is when we're going to take Menegong off, but this was very, very good from him. A very, very good cross, and Nene, as you can see, there was, I don't know if he was knocked down so much as he sort of slid, but Huang Guanda was wide open, and he put it away nicely. Not really much by way of offside. Both of our attacking players were behind the ball, and so it ends up counting for a goal. 3-1 again for Mars FC, and we're ever so closer, and now 60 minutes in, we'll make that change. Menegong will come off. We'll put Chen Jianliang on. He's been sort of our mainstay here in many ways this season on that right side. I'm not sure why Menegong was so tired. And then Zhou Hongyi, actually, after my criticism of him, he's actually having a pretty good game. So here is Zhou Hongyi with the ball, and he takes a shot, and that is off. Not sure why our center back thinks that he can score from a position like that, but whatever. Let him do what he's going to do. I think there's a lot about the game he just doesn't understand. Zhou Hongyi does win this in the back, which is good. Feng Xiaoqi now with it. He's played pretty well. On to Huang Guanda, over to Ndaye, and Ndaye takes a shot, and that is deflected and then sort of popped up for their keeper, and so that ends up amounting to nothing. Here's Xu Shengjie with a shot from very close range, and that is knocked out for a corner. And we don't even get to see that, so who knows what happened at the end of that one. And it's time for another change. We're going to take Zhou Hongyi off. He had deserved his yellow card. Yu Wei can come on. He's a little bit tired, but it's okay, and we'll put him on. This is pretty nice, actually, because it means that when that transfer window finally does open up, which I think is right after this match, or maybe after the next one, then we'll just bring up all of the youth players and let them do whatever they want for the rest of the season. We'll get a good look at some other guys, and we won't worry so much about what's going on. We'll just do a lot of rotation, knock some guys off, and try to move forward for the future of this side. Here's Nene over to Liu Yuting. Liu Yuting brings it up right side. Man, the jittering here is not very good at all, is it? Liu Yuting over, he dekes his man out of the way, and it's passed over to Xu Xiangjie, whose header is just high and wide. I don't know if Xu Xiangjie realizes that as the Segundo Volante, he's supposed to be behind the attacking players because he's up there standing right with Nene. You can see he's right there. And he's actually supposed to be a defensive midfielder. So I don't know if he understands what his role actually is. And Nene has been injured. This might be a big problem. What kind of injury is it? It is a potential thigh injury. So we'll see what happens. Yang Weijie will come on. Why are we going to put that guy on for him? We're not going to put him on. We're going to put Hu Shichan on there. That makes a little bit more sense. Hu Shichan will come on for him. Only a couple minutes left. We're not going to have anything crazy happen, and we'll see what happens to Nene and if he's going to be okay. If we lose him, we might be in a lot of trouble. We keep losing our attacking players, and that was pretty bad. That's going to be a goal kick here for Taiwan Power. They're not going to have enough time for it, and that is it. It is all over. We came down here to Kaohsiung, and we won big. 6 shots on target to 1 for them, and they scored their only shot on target. That doesn't look very good for our keeper, who might find himself without a job pretty soon. We win this one 3-1, and we have won the league. I'm surprised that we didn't see a celebration. So whatever the reason behind that is, I don't know, but might have more to tell you about that tomorrow. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.